New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Disgraced former American Idol contestant Khalid Kennedy, who was disqualified from the show's 19th season after an old racist social media post resurfaced online, is back in the news less than a year later for another shocking reason. According to multiple local news reports, in Kennedy's hometown of Spartanburg, South Carolina, the country singer-songwriter has been charged with felony driving under the influence, resulting in death after crashing his truck into a workshop in Spartanburg County. Carolina Highway Patrol troopers have confirmed that the crash occurred around 12:41 p.m. Tuesday when Kennedy drove his 2011 Ford pickup onto the private driveway of a West Murph Road and ran into a building on the property. A 54-year-old man inside the building, later identified as Spartanburg County Coroner's Office as Larry Dwayne Paris, was struck by Kennedy's vehicle and transported to Spartanburg Medical Center, where he later passed from his injuries. Kennedy was reportedly also injured and later taken to the hospital. Kennedy at this time is being held in Spartanburg County Detention Center awaiting a bond hearing set for Wednesday morning. If the 17-year-old is tried as an adult and convicted, he faces up to 25 years in prison. So let's just see how it got this far, meaning the lack of accountability. Let's go back to 2021, where he was first caught out here doing things that he should not have been doing. You got Laura. When you're 12, though, you're considered too young to take responsibility for most of your actions. This happens when he was young. He couldn't have consented to kissing a girl he liked, and his parents would still be the ones responsible for it if he destroyed something. I think we can probably do better than canceling people over stupid things they did when they were literally children. Too Cold 2 wrote, 12 years old, for freaking sakes. The name Def Noodles says it all. Sounds like someone trying to make a name for themselves at the expense of a 12-year-old. How about we dig into this Def Noodles life and see if we can find something he's done at a young age that he can be held accountable for as well. David stated, too bad. We have such weak people leading the show, this country, so as to affect this talented kid by booting him out of the contest. I hope someday he becomes so successful that he can say who needs American Idol anyway, and that it will be a blessing in disguise. You go, Khalid. Purple Clover wrote, you have to be a special kind of evil to consider canceling a kid for something they did when they were 12. Last but not least, Room. Did anyone read the story? His mother stated in the article, this video was taken after Khalid had watched the movie The Strangers, Pray at Night, and they were imitating those characters. It had nothing to do with a certain group, but I know that's how it looks. So as we can clearly see, nobody wanted to hold him accountable for the things that he did, right? He was watching a movie more than likely he shouldn't have been watching at the age of 12, and he decided to imitate those characters because he thought it was cool. He thought it was great. He was trying to be with it, right? And he ended up putting that on social media. Social media basically ended up catching up with him because he wanted to do some type of, racist type of things. And, you have people saying that, oh, for God's sakes, he's only 12. You shouldn't sit up there and, cancel the kid for something that he did. He is, 16 or whatever it is at the time of American Idol. What has this world come to? Forgive and forget. It's not that serious. Yada, 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 right? So now we come to this, and it just gets better with the lack of accountability and the responsibility being put directly on him. One person wrote, glad he's okay. Another person, under the influence of what substance? If alcohol, charge the person who bought it. If drugs, charge the dealer with manslaughter as well. Another person, 12 years old. He probably didn't know what he was doing. I don't think his career should have been shadowed by his mistake. He did it as a child. All this happening to a 17-year-old. could have had a part to play in his drinking. My prayers are with his family and for him. He still can turn his life around. Ask God for forgiveness. Another person. This dude was hella relevant. If you're an Idol fan, he got canceled last year and kind of had a second chance until now. Maybe he resulted in drinking because American Idol canceled him for making a mistake when he was 14 years old and crushed his dreams. Another person. I myself don't feel that he did anything wrong. Nevertheless, he was condemned for it. Maybe Idol should have supported him rather than cancel him for something he did as a younger kid. Another person. All Khalib. Praying for him and everyone involved. Another person. Ugh. Such a shame. Just a kid making a bad decision, and unfortunately, he will lose a giant chunk of his adulthood from this decision. Sad all around. Prayers for the 50-year-old's family. Now, notice how no one in either of the comments from 2021 or 2022, for either case, wanted to put blame solely on him for the actions that he decided to commit to at whatever age that it was. Like I said, every logical person, right, knows that, hey, if I put something out on social media, it's going to get seen. That's the whole reason that kids put things out on social media, because they want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to be popular, they want to get those likes, they want to have followers, and all of those great things. They want to be viral, right? Nobody wanted to put responsibility on him, nor did anybody want to put responsibility on his family or maybe the people that he hangs around with, nor did anybody in that community specifically want to take responsibility for enabling the youths in their communities indulging in all types of illegal narcotics or underage drinking and or smoking or what have you. Like I said, he decided for whatever reason that he wanted to drink and then he wanted to also drive. That is considered a DUI. He is also behind a 2-3 whatever ton vehicle, and he's going at a pretty decent speed, which can inevitably harm somebody, or in this case, in this story, take somebody's life. And that's exactly what he did. The responsibility is directly on him. Nobody told him to drink. Nobody told him to get in the car. And nobody told him to drink at a young age where he's not supposed to be drinking at all. But yet you hear people talking about, oh, my prayers for him. I'm glad that he's okay. Well, it's Idol's fault, because if Idol didn't sit up here and get him for something that he did when he was 12 or 14, then his dreams wouldn't have been crushed, and maybe he would da-da-da-da. Or maybe if Idol was supporting him, these things wouldn't have happened, and da-da-da-da. Like I said before, excuses all around, enabling all around. Nobody wants to sit up there and make him accountable. Nobody wants to sit up there and make him responsible. Nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that everything that took place is solely his fault, because he decided to commit to those actions no matter what those actions were. We can all see the end result of each one of those actions. This is pretty much almost getting to the same fact of Zimmerman, right? Everybody was, all agreeing and all completely fine with Zimmerman and da-da-da-da. And slowly but surely, you saw him getting into trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble. And the reason why nothing ever happened was because his daddy is a judge. And the reason why nothing ever happened is due to the fact that the community was right behind him. And the reason why the community was right behind him is because he took the life of a young black kid during the time. And the people that were in charge of overseeing, right, that whole circus wanted to state that, oh, you had this man Zimmerman, he was only this height, and then you had big Herculean Trayvon Martin just coming out and just sneaking up behind Zimmerman and da-da-da-da. Right? That's how they wanted to portray it. They wanted to portray Zimmerman as being weak, and then they wanted to portray Trayvon as being Hercules or Superman, being some, overwhelming enemy, the likes of nobody has ever seen on this planet. Right? Yet again, that's another case of them enabling and not having somebody take responsibility for the actions that they committed to. And because of that enabling, and because of that lack of responsibility, that led Zimmerman yet again to getting into trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble after trouble. you can pretty much see the exact same thing here. Not in a sense in the exact right same context, but in the context meaning that a person being enabled, given excuses for the lack of responsibility or the acceptance or the acknowledgement, right, of the actions that they decided to commit to that inevitably, right, caused the taking of somebody else's life. Like I said, that's all I'm saying. The proof is in the pudding. So if anybody wants to debate me on this, go ahead and debate these stories. Debate this video if you want to and have fun with that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.